Hi guys, this is Melita Fernandez and welcome back to a brand new episode of It's All About Money. So today has been a rather productive day for me. I managed to shop online for a few things that I actually required for my YouTube channel. I sent some money across to my mother for her monthly expenditure. I also transferred some funds across to my team that work remotely for me. I also received money for a few ongoing projects. Now, all of this was possible in the fastest and the most effective way for a very simple reason, because I had a savings account. In today's episode, we will talk about the benefit of actually having a savings account and how you can reap the same benefits just like the way I do. So let's dive right in. Now, just in case you are new to my YouTube channel, then last week's episode I spoke about how to actually go ahead and set up your savings account, what are the parameters that you should consider before having your savings account, and the documents that you would require for it. So just in case you haven't watched that video, I would highly recommend that you do so for a very simple reason, because that would give you the much needed insight into understanding what a savings account is and what is the parameters that you should know before you consider opening your very first savings account, or even if you're thinking of having your second or your third savings account. So just in case you haven't watched that video, then I would have linked that video into this one. With that said, let's get back into today's topic, which is the benefits of actually having a savings account. Advantage number one, a safe place for your funds. Now, a savings account is quite literally the safest place for you to actually keep your money. And now this money could be in the form of your savings, it could be in the form of any salary that you've received, it could be in the form of money that is transferred across to you by family members or your friends as well. And one of the coolest aspects about having a savings account is the fact that the money within your savings account stays within your savings account unless it is obviously withdrawn by the individual, or you have spent the money using your debit card, or you've transferred the money across to a third party. Similarly, just in case you need to withdraw money at any point in time, when you have a savings account, it is extremely easy to actually liquidate this money at any point in time. Now, advantage number two is an interest-bearing account. Now, unlike a current account which actually earns you absolutely no interest, a savings account is quite literally an interest-bearing account, which means that you actually earn an interest for having money within your savings account. Now, the interest rate on your savings account could be anywhere close to about, say, 2.5% to about 6%, which really depends upon which bank are you actually banking with. Now, I did mention this in my previous video, which was one of the parameters to consider before opening a savings account, was the fact that ideally always try to opt for a bank that offers you a higher interest rate in your savings account, because the higher the interest rate, the better it is for you. Now, just imagine in a situation where you have a lot of people that actually keep their cash at home and they do not really deposit this cash within their savings account. Ideally, what happens is they do not earn any interest on cash that is kept at home. But if you deposit this cash within your savings account, you actually stand an opportunity of earning an interest on your savings. Similarly, banks actually offer you a higher interest rate if your savings within the bank account or the savings account is much more higher. So this would definitely be another potential opportunity for you to get some more money or earn some more money with the help of a savings account there. Now, advantage number three. This is something that I am absolutely very fond of, and that is a savings account gives you the benefit of going cashless. And here's how. Now, when you have a savings account, you can actually apply for a debit card, and when you have a debit card, you can withdraw money from any ATM machine around the country, day, night, or even on bank holidays. Now, let's take an example of maybe a couple of years ago when we didn't have ATM machines around. Ideally, what would happen is you would have people queue up at the bank to actually withdraw money, and on bank holidays, we wouldn't even be able to withdraw cash at all. But obviously these things have massively changed with ATM machines around the country, and the only way you can actually access an ATM machine is with a debit card, and that can only happen if you have a savings account. Similarly, you can also make your payments using your debit card, and these payments can be made in restaurants, in cafes, in pharmacies, in supermarkets, you name it, and each and every place these days actually have a debit card machine. So it's just a matter of swiping and quite literally making your payments happen. Similarly, with travel apps as well, such as Ola and Uber, you can quite literally link your debit card to these travel apps and actually travel without having to carry any cash as well. Even for the odd auto rides where we'd have to carry cash, nowadays Ola and Uber also have their auto rides. So that means that you can pay for those odd auto rides using your debit card as well, and not really have to carry any cash around while you're traveling as well, which for me is really very effective for a very simple reason, because the lesser cash I am carrying, the more accountability I get into where I'm actually spending my money toward. Now, I do know there are certain times where we do need to have some cash in hand, ideally when we're visiting the vegetable vendor, or we're trying to pay off the meat vendor, or even people who accept a lot of cash in hand jobs, and these could be our painters, our plumbers, our carpenters. Now, ideally, these are people who unfortunately may or may not have a savings account, and hence we have to deal a lot in cash with them. But the lesser we deal in cash, the more accountability and more transparency we have with our finances, which makes managing our money much more easier on us. Now, advantage number 4 is the access to online banking. Now, I cannot emphasize the importance of online banking in my life and to what extent it has made my banking process so much more smarter, so much more effective, and a lot more convenient. So when you have a savings account, you can apply for a net banking account, and when you do so, you get an access to an entire world of online banking. So back here, you can actually transfer funds across to people, you can actually receive money as well, and all of this happens in a matter of a few minutes. Similarly, international transfers happen very quickly too. Now, I do know a couple of years ago, maybe something like an international transfer would take maybe a few weeks or sometimes months as well. But things have moved so much more faster with online banking and net banking that even something like an international transfer is just a matter of a couple of hours, and in some cases, maybe a day or two max. And finally, you can make all your payments online too. So right from your electricity to your gas to your Wi-Fi to any sort of bills that might come in month on month, all of these payments can be made using your online banking transactions. The more payments that you make online, the better it is for you, because then you have proper digital copies of your payments, and it becomes so much more easier for you to have an accountability when it comes to understanding your money so much more better. Now, think of opening a savings account as the start to your financial journey, and the rest will quite literally follow along. Now, opening a savings account has been massively beneficial to me because it's given me the accountability that I need with my finances. I can understand my spending habits a lot better. I do know what's the kind of savings I'm having as well. So it gives me a bigger picture for me to plan and budget my money in a much more smarter way. Now, if you have a savings account, it's definitely time for you to start reaping the benefits of it after having watched this video of mine. Now, just in case you are thinking of opening your second savings account or your third one, or even if you're opening your savings account for the very first time, please do not forget to watch my previous video. That one would have been linked into this one, which talks about how to actually go ahead and start your savings account and what are the parameters that you should consider before opening a savings account. Now, for next week's episode, we will be talking about something which a lot of people have a few confusions about, and that is which bank account should they hold. Should they have a savings account? Should they have a current account? And which of these two accounts would benefit them the most? So this would be covered into next week's episode. Now, if you have found this video beneficial, then please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. Do not forget to go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I shall be back next week with yet another kick-ass, fabulous episode. Till then, this is Melita signing off, saying stay safe and God bless.